Hey y'all, welcome back to the Hopped Up Beer Review. Today, we're trying Summer Honey by Big Sky Brewing Company out of Missoula, Montana. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review. Thank you for joining us today. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, please like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell so you can get notified when we release a new video. If you are coming back and watching us for a second or third or 15th time, appreciate you checking us out again and coming back and watching our videos today as we enjoy reviewing beers that you may or may not want to drink yourself. So let's get to it. I have Andy in the attic, of course, Jay as well. I am Ben. What are we going to review today?
I guess I'll take this one. Summer Honey from Big Sky Brewing Company. It's a seasonal ale brewed with spices and honey. It's 5% alcohol by volume, 20% IBUs, or 20 IBUs, pardon me. That is pretty much the extent to which I found on this. Not much other information.
It is seasonal from April to September. I saw that.
So why is it seasonal? What type?
So we're drinking old beer, evidently. Unless we got
Summer
the early,
honey.
yeah. We got the early release.
Yeah, we bought this in a mix box, mix pack, and I guess maybe they were some they had to get rid of at the end of the season because I bought this in a colder month. But all good. I'm excited to give it a shot. Obviously, I've got my summer shirt on. I've got my suntan lotion. I'm ready for the summer here that is supposedly in this little can. So
your summer beard going.
Yeah, summer beard. Little bit tamer than usual, maybe. Maybe not. But I'm ready to crack this open and pour it out and see what we got.
Let's roll. Let's crack it.
It's very light.
Still very curious about the we've done Big Sky before, and they have a date on their beers. I don't think we discerned what it was last time, but a 3/7/77.
I did look at that. I'm glad you mentioned that. I did a little bit of reading on that. It's something to do with Montana that nobody really knows. It's listed on, or it's part of a lot of decals, or like sheriff's department or police departments use it as part. It's listed in their badges and whatnot. It's on the if you can see here, and I'll try to add an image as well in case this doesn't come through. But if you can see on the can there, it's listed 3/7/77. There was mention of it in the movie A River Runs Through It, where they thought maybe it had something to do with a grave, where it was 3 feet by 7 feet, 77 inches deep, in what I read. So I'll post a link to the article in the description. But definitely some interesting theories, and nobody really knows what that date is and why it's on everything, but it's something specific with Montana. It was kind of an interesting read.
So maybe some of our viewers can comment. Hopefully we'll pick some folks up in Montana that can add to the lore.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what their take is of it. But again, from reading it, it didn't seem like anybody really had a definitive answer on what it is.
That's pretty cool.
So,
cheers, mate.
Mystery.
Cheers,
mates. That is different.
Yeah, it's hot. Mine's highly carbonated. I had a lot of head on there and lots of bubbles. You can taste the honey and the spices for sure. Those come through.
The honey is definitely there.
I wish I knew what the spices were.
Yeah, they just listed it as spices in general. Very light, very crisp.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something there that's a little different.
It's almost like some of the spices you would expect in the wintertime versus the summertime to me. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, it's about the limit of the how heavy I would want a summer ale to be. I mean, it's not heavy, but it's going to get close, and not in terms of alcohol percent wise. It just that taste to it.
Yeah,
it's like when you
Basically-
have too much, you're too full, you know.
yeah. Basically, this is probably not one you want to sit out at a ball game and have in your cooler
No.
and have several
Yeah.
of. Potentially,
This isn't a beach beer. Yeah, nothing a ball game beer, beach beer. I would maybe just do one of these and move on to something a little lighter if I'm going to be outside and going over and
Yeah.
over.
And they may not have beaches in Montana. I don't know. I've never been to Montana. I mean, there's definitely no ocean, so any beach would likely be artificial, I guess. But you know, maybe that's why this would not be considered a beach ale. So
Yeah, even though the bear has got a surfboard and a swimsuit, but I do like Big Sky's their can designs. So do very well on those.
Yeah, their website also mentioned that when they started, they kind of had the idea to do beers names based on Montana critters, and so you know you see a lot of the artwork and whatnot. I think it was actually one of the founders' moms that had painted some of the first animals that they were using, like Moose Drool is one of their beers, and that we're hopefully going to have in the future. But she painted that, and they came up with a name for it. And you know, that kind of started a theme for them. It sounded like they had kind of moved away from that because there were a lot of other breweries doing critter beer names or types. But definitely, you know, a lot of interesting artwork for sure, which is always, you know, something that I like to see. And of course, probably drew me to the mix pack at first because it's a kind of campfire look with, you know, just some interesting artwork.
Mm-hmm. Well, has anybody had this before?
I'm not.
No, I have not.
All right. Well,
All right. Let's move through the ratings. Andy, why don't you go first?
all right. I, you know, the first taste and smell, I was like, I wasn't sure about it. After I have a few more sips, I'm growing more accepting of it. I tastes a little flat. I would want to try it actually in season, since we're almost a year of it's out of season pretty much. So can't give it the most fair reviews, but based on what I'm tasting, I want to give it a 6.
Jay, what you think?
Yeah, I tend to agree with Andy. I mean, it's a lot heavier than what I would like, and something about the spice with the honey just doesn't meld as much with me. So I do probably probably a 5.5.
All right. Yeah, I think we're all kind of on a very similar page here. It's you know, I think we all kind of, at least me, I like what they were trying to do with the honey and the spices to create a summer beer. I think it just doesn't quite hit the mark. And again, I think Andy, you know, you're right. September, if this was brewed in September, was quite a while ago. So you know, maybe we get a little bit of leeway for the time frame when we're actually drinking this. But yeah, echo everything you guys have said about it. It's just a little bit different and not quite what I would want from a summer ale. Not quite as light, not quite as clean, if you will. So yeah, for that, I'm going to go with a 6 on it as well.
Yeah, sorry to Big Sky. I almost feel like we're being a little unfair, but that's that's based on what I'm tasting. And I don't know how far off it would be just for a few months out of, the technical range of which you would purchase it at the end of the season and drink it. So,
Yeah, Big Sky, if you're watching, we'll be glad to pay for some summer honey that you can ship us and try it in season. So, and re-review it.
we'll be glad to not pay and accept it for free, even, and anything else you want us to review.
Shameless plug, right? Shameless plug.
Or any other brewery that could be watching.
That gives us a 5.8 for the Summer Honey Seasonal Ale out of Big Sky Brewing, Missoula, Montana. Again, please like, subscribe, and add some comments to our video here. Let us know if you've had the Summer Honey, if you've tried it, maybe in season. Let us know what you think, and let us know if we're off base or something's amiss there. As a reminder, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just check the links down in the description box, and we will catch you guys on our next review. Thank you for watching. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, man.